camo in CTF. You're able to make plays with those smokes.
Really surprised, too. For a map like this, Heatwave has been the biggest play. You can make a top 5 plays with just Heatwave on this map.
Yeah.
In CTF, you mentioned Sharp. Karma had a big 2-piece. I believe it was against FaZe on this map as well.
Heatwave is great on the defensive end, though. If you're going to be able to get caps and try and, sneak into the other team's base, the two you really target are Overdrive and Active Camo.
All right, well, we talked about, again, all the maps a couple times now today, but going into this Capture the Flag on Breach, what about some other parts of the map? I mean, it seems like it's always focused on that top side related to the wall runs.
Well, actually, I just want to talk about both teams for a second and just talk about why Active Camo is so powerful on this map. Because if you have Camo, and let's say you're able to get into this area, in this bottom broken area, right? All you have to do, Chober, is when you get a few people dead, is you just toss a smoke here. That blocks off all of the players spawning in this area, and then pretty much it's kind of simple. You just come in here, grab the flag, and then you're gone. Once you hit that glass wall run, I mean, just look at what these players have to do. They either have to fight through the smoke, and then they have to, if they don't go through the smoke, they have to go through bottom broken all the way around. At this point, you're probably making this jump at that point. So they're already trailing you. You can't go mid-map at that point because there's a player sitting up top in the middle. You try and overextend and go all the way through Palace. Just look at how long this route is. I mean, you have zero chance to stop that player. That's why we see smoke so often banned on this map. But what we'll talk about is attacking from the least preferred side. What you want to do, ideally, is just get players in this bottom area and then just have them kind of just pick up kills, roam around. Potentially you get a guy over that cages. These players are going to start to spawn, try and come back through there. You have both these players attacking at the same time. You pull the flag out. This player is pretty much crossed off. He has no chance to make a play for the flag, and then you're able to run it back down broken. That's one way you can score from the least advantageous side.
Yeah, and so like you mentioned, therefore, that's why Camo maybe being a little bit more in contention, whereas Heatwave, hey, at least if we both take it, we can kind of equal out. We'll both return our flags or something back to square one. Camo, though, once they use it and they get that flag, there's just too much distance, and therefore and that's why I think we always see it a little slower, right? Because you want to hold your position. If you're in that center part, you want to hold onto it as long as possible, no matter what.
And I love using the Telestrator just to show how far these routes are. Because a lot of, people at home and viewers, they'll be like, well, why didn't he just cut back towards the mid? Or why is it a big deal that they're spawning all the way in the back of Palace? And it's like, you don't realize it until you kind of look at the map and draw it out and see it, how far these routes are and how powerful something like a smoke grenade and camo combination could be.
Well, the game is about to start. CLG, they really want to tie it up. If you're going to go to Game 7, you might as well keep trading back and forth rather than having to make a grand marathon like we've seen earlier in the day. So we'll see if they can do it. Or, is that speed of Havoc, is that kind of craziness style of Havoc going to bring Cloud9 down? Or are they going to actually revolutionize how CTF has played for certain teams? Let's find out with Maven and Revan in the game.
I'll tell you what, Revan, I pictured during that, you and Matt spending an evening together, a classy bottle of wine here, 2 Telestrators, and you guys are just nerding out, breaking down the maps together. It's elegant to hear you guys break down all these epic strategies from these teams.
Maven, I wish for 1 second we could see what's going on in that brain of yours.
It's not pretty. I have no clue. But let's get right into the action here. Game 4, 2-1 advantage for Cloud9. I agree with those guys. If C9 wins this, I think they're closing out this series.
I agree with them as well. I think CLG have to win this map, but they need to match the pace and the speed to which Cloud9 are playing. Otherwise, it's just going to be Cloud9 dictating the pace of the game, and it'll be CLG playing C9's game, not the other way around.
And CLG is a team that I've seen when you're playing from the the weaker side on this particular map. They don't look great at times, but I've seen them down 2-3-0 and storm back and win games by a couple caps. They are very, very good when they get control from the preferred side.
I mean, for me, the concerns I have about the CLG team is, aside from Hardpoint, it seems like they're just on a different page for every other game mode. Like, they all have their idea of what they want to do, not what the team wants to do.
Yeah, no, I could not agree with you more, but let's watch. We were seeing Happy try to get forward, but now he might be actually the player in the position that has to get a flagpole out. He's shooting across the top middle. You saw him, and it's Perplex, though. He's gotten across. He gets taken down, and there is the return for Havoc. They picked up any pressure on the other side, and now we're kind of resetting to a degree here.
I mean, that's actually pretty close. He almost got away with that one. The only thing he was missing is any support, so nobody watching his back. Havoc's able to exploit that fact, and now he's going to be working with his teammate as he clears out the lane with the HCXD. It's going to be Llama now pushing forward, and you can see how C9 want to play this. They're waiting to go at the CLG flag together and push as a team here while you have Happy just watching the overextension.
Well, if their teammates can just pick up a kill or two, Llama going to be in a very good position to go through. Shot's a little shaky, but Mochilla's still able to win that one. If he gets a second,
off the
now
map
it's
too,
on. Now it's on. They are going to get this out. There's one player in a position to get a stop, and that's going to be Felony. Felony going topside. Havoc, can you come from behind? Can you make the play to catch him here? Because that would close this out. Now, who's at the bottom side watching the overextension? Because he's the next guy up. Happy's got to go big. There's one. There's two. Doesn't get it, but I think the cap will still end up going through. Can he get there in time? The Simtex is in. Oh, my God. Did he had to have had flag. That saves his life. That might have been able to stop the flag.
Would have made it more interesting.
There was a second player there still. Probably would have gone through.
You also got Llama here. He's setting up for another flagpole. He peeks the corner, spots his player inside construction. It's going to be the HC crew hit out, and just like that, Cloud9, they're looking good to put in the second flag of the game. Unless Methods has anything to say about it, he's making his way towards bottom. Broken Havoc is there, picks up the kill. 2 flags already in favor of Cloud9. Things not looking good for CLG.
They're not, but this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. I've seen CLG get pummeled on this side and come back very, very strong and bring things back, but not looking good with how much time is left, right? You still have 2 minutes to go. You could get a third, fourth cap.
Where's the
right
pressure
now,
from CLG? It seems like everything's just been going Cloud9's way. We haven't seen CLG pushing forward. Back. Yeah, they've been playing from their base. Finally, we see them overextend it and put some pressure out on the map, but 3 go down just like that. The lightning strike comes in. Llama earns himself his own score streaks. It's going to be Accuracy, the only person in a position to make something happen as he got shut down. Havoc should immediately rotate over and cut off this overextension. Semtex comes in, but he picks up the kill nonetheless. This is going to be a 3-0 lead for Cloud9, and this is getting out of control fast.
This is one of the more dominating efforts I've seen in CTF. Cloud9 is just pummeling them. 3-0, 90 seconds remaining.
Keep in mind, this is only the first side.
Yeah, and the setup and pulls have been textbook. I mean, they've been mostly uncontested. You've had a player watching the extension. You've had someone clearing out home, and he's had his escort. These have been beautifully escorted pulls, and now can they get one more? He's got the Annihilator, but can't snap and connect. Methods there to get the return. If he got a kill or two with that Annihilator, it's 4-0.
All right, so it took around 4 minutes for CLG to completely clear out their base, and now they could venture out and take a look.
This is what this part of the map looks like.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit adventurous. Okay, this is the middle map. They're going on a bit of a tour. It'd be nice if they could take a look at what the other team's flag looks like.
Oh, well, look at you.
Take a look at Havoc, by the way.
Yeah, he's already pushing up. Look at that.
16-3.
One player had to rotate back. He's on a 6 streak as well. This reminds me of, we see Chino do this type of thing on this map where he has those huge, like 30-5 games. So come up with something nuts. Havoc on pace to get it done. Just over 30 seconds remaining. He's got Kinetic to go. He's going to pop it.
Okay.
That was awkward.
Well, he popped his Kinetic, decided to switch weapons. He's like, you know what? I want to get this kill with the Manivore instead of my VMP, but it's going to be still Cloud9 in position to push forward. Llama could definitely get this flag out. Has a Hellstorm missile working towards some more streaks as well. He's going to go around the back wall run, try to spot out any defenders that may be back here. Of course, we could see through the X-ray vision there's going to be a guy bottom lab. Llama can't pick up the kill onto Methods, so CLG will stabilize on the other side of the map, though. They might be able to get this flag out, but just not enough time to get the cap.
Nope.
As it's a convincing 3-0 lead for Cloud9 going into the half.
Now, this is the question. I have casted 2 different matches I can think of with CLG. One, they were down 2-0. One, they were down 3-0 on this map and this mode. When they switched sides, they won 4-2 and won 4-3. So they have been pretty good about getting set up and coming back from deficits in this game mode. But I don't know. Cloud9 looks so good. CLG didn't even seem like they had a chance in that first side.
Things that went wrong for CLG, they were playing from their base. They were forced to rotate back throughout the entirety of the game. Then you have Havoc, who's 16-5. Happy's 10-4, 8-5 for Llama. They got score streaks to use, and actually, okay, so they still have a Hellstorm missile work with. They had so many streaks to that first side.
Tell me what, Revan, you know, at one point you were a pro player. You've been in a lot of these circumstances. When your back's up against the wall, when you're in a do-or-die game and you get beat up on the first side in an objective, you know, what's your mentality going in? You just looking for a leader? How do you come back in this one?
In terms of mentality, things start to get frantic between the teams, and you start trying to force plays to happen. What CLG need to do is just take it step by step. Step 1, push out middle map, establish control of each and every single lane. Make sure you know for a fact that nobody from Cloud9 is behind you. Step 2, pick up kills when you're in gunfights and start to push forward. And just take it step by step process. Methods falls off the map, but what's going on with Felony? He's only got 3 kills.
That's the second or third time I think he's fallen off the map, and that's going to be chained into another kill. Not going to lead to any damage yet, but Felony getting forward. Are they going to touch the flag? Are they going to touch? They touched the flag, and he's got Kinetic.
What?
Oh, Lord. you got to win that one. And there was a streak to deal with that, I think, if he got out. But you got Kinetic, you've got to win that.
You got Kinetic, you got the flag in your hand. As you're saying, you got to win that gunfight. And, you know, if he wins that gunfight, it's a potential flag cap for CLG. I mean, who knows what would happen after that. He does respond with the beatdown on the Havoc, but that wasn't really too important of a kill.
You've got a second flag out now. Let's see if they can put this one home. Unfortunately, he's running into 2 players here. He wins one. Will he get caught reloading? That player transfer top AC, and the angle not going to work out. 2 up, though, for either side. You might get a touch here. Can they shut it down and get the return? There it is. Havoc closing things out at home.
Is so good.
Yeah, he is. And look, what, 19-7, man.
Yeah, this is a great example of a player taking over a game. He's got the most kills in the entire lobby.
What's weird, though, is especially, like, you don't really expect that performance in CTF, typically, from someone that plays as fast as he does. I mean, usually that's the guy working towards streaks, the guy having a big performance is usually playing a little slower, right? Playing a little more defensive game. He's all over the damn map.
Yeah. He just never slows down whatsoever. He's constantly moving. Like, when was the last time you saw it? This might be the slowest I've seen Havoc play this entire series. It's just rotating back and forth on top of AC. And even in such a positional, like, spot on the map, he's still, like, going, okay, let me watch the map, now let me watch Palace. He's always moving, always thinking.
He's having his way with the side of CLG right now. It reminds me of a performance Ricky had during Stage 1. I think he went on something like a 14 streak. He was all over the map. It was CTF on this map as well. And he just put on such a big performance, shut down any effort from the opposition, and you're getting a similar performance here from Havoc. But now you've got 2 players pushing forward. Can they get a flag out? You've got to get something on the board. There's only 2 minutes left, and you've only had, what, 1 solid opportunity if you're CLG?
Yeah, they're starting to run out of time. 2 minutes remaining in this game. And one thing I'm loving from Cloud9 in the CTF is they've completely changed up the pace. You know, at the beginning, they're always on the side of CLG, always pushing forward. Now, they've completely turtled up in their base. They have 2 mistakes to make in this game. And Cloud9, I mean, CLG, you see them pushing up the map, and you see them kind of gingerly checking their corners. They're like, okay, are you going to be here? Are you going to be here? No, Cloud9, they backed up, and they're just looking to control their flag.
And HVK, solid spot to have that in. Close range, able to get the kill. Couple players pushing. You saw 1 mid. You saw 1 coming through AC. And that HVK can shred at that short to medium range. He's pre-firing doors. He's turning and not able to connect there as he'll fall with a couple bullets remaining in the clip. But now you've got several down. 1 player up to try and play some defense. They're going to get flag out. Last time, Felony didn't pick up the kill in this position. He's not going to get challenged. He's going to get it out. Who's back at home for the side of CLG? He's got to go huge. Methods has everything coming.
Look at the middle wall run. 2 players from Cloud9 going to hit this. It's up to the flag carrier Felony to defend himself. He picks up 1, but just like that, the return comes in.
I thought they were going to push
right there.
I thought they were going to push the base. They just hit mid connector. They come up with the kills they need. Felony shut down yet again. His teammates drop in front of him, and you've got another pull for Cloud9. They want to make it 4-0. You don't even need a cap. You're just wasting time at this point. The longer the flag's in his hand, the better.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
He's going to fall off the map there, so something going in favor of CLG. You know what? They're not going to get that flag cap in, but even if they did, not enough time to get 2 more after that. It's going to be Cloud9 walking away with the win here on CTF, and now they are 1 game away. We could potentially see a new face in Stage 2.
We could, but hold your horses. It was a 3-0 commanding lead for Team Caliber, or Team Caliber. We'll wait for the next match for that, for Team Liquid. Yes. And it all but evaporated. You saw one of the bigger comebacks, and on the other side, collapses we've seen in Call of Duty history. This wouldn't be as bad, but C9 has a good solid lead, 3-1. They've looked to be in control. I just don't know that it's safe. I think they're going to close it out, but I thought Team Liquid was as well.
We'll see how Cloud9 approach the next map. Something working in their favor is it will be a search and destroy. Of course, we know how talented this team is at that specific game mode. CLG have had their struggles in search and destroy throughout the entire Stage 1. Well, but their Stage 2 life is on the line here going into this next map.
You have such talented players. You have Havoc, you have Mochilla, 2 of the better S&D players throughout Advanced Warfare. Not shocked to see them doing well here, but you heard the analysis thoughts earlier. They thought if they got this win, they would close it out. I'm interested to hear if anything has changed, Jobra.
Well, we do have Cloud9 now leading 3-1. It's looking pretty good for them. And CLG...